Level 1. The thrall, the slave. You're at the bottom. You are a thrall. You have no last name, no property, and legally, you aren't even a person. Your dating pool is limited to other slaves on the farm. The struggle? You like a girl who works in the master's kitchen, but you can't take her to dinner. You eat the scraps left over by the dogs. Your date is 5 minutes behind the barn after the sun goes down, hoping the jarl's overseer doesn't find you. The reality? If your master decides to sell her to a trader from the east, you can't stop him. You have no rights to your own heart. In this rank, love is a secret whispered in the dark, and your only wedding gift is a heavier chain. You realize quickly, at this level, love is a luxury you literally don't own. Level 2. The Carl, the free farmer. You've earned your freedom or were born into it. You're a Carl. You own a small plot of land and a few goats. Now you can actually date, but it's not up to you, it's up to her father. The negotiation? You want to marry the daughter of the blacksmith. You don't bring her flowers, you bring her father 2 cows and a promise to help him during the harvest. This is the moond, the bride price. If you can't pay, you stay single. The lifestyle? Your life is hard work. You spend 16 hours a day in the mud. Your romantic evenings are spent huddling near a smoky fire in a one-room longhouse, smelling like wet sheep. But you're free. You can protect her, and in a world this cold, a warm dad and a loyal partner are worth more than gold. Level 3. The Drenger, the young warrior. You've survived your first summer raid. You're no longer just a boy pulling weeds in a frozen field. You are a Drenger. You have salt in your beard, a scar on your shoulder, and a story for every person in the village. Suddenly, you're not just a face in the crowd. You're a local hero. The first spark? You finally have something the farmers don't: liquid wealth. You find the girl you've thought about during those freezing nights on the North Sea. You don't bring her a goat or a promise of labor, you bring her a silver coin from a land she's only heard of in legends. To her, you represent the world beyond the horizon. The week of glory? For 7 days, life is a dream. You feast on the best meat, you share stories of the waves, and you walk hand in hand through the fjords. For the first time, you feel like a king. But the Viking life is built on movement, not stability. The bitter end? Your week is up. The horn sounds and your chieftain's ship is being pushed back into the surf. You promise her you'll return with gold and silk, but as you climb aboard, a broken heart icon appears above you both. You have the silver in your pouch, but she has the loneliness of the shore. You realize, as a Drenger, you don't own your time, the sea does. You're trading your love life for a chance at a saga. Level 4. The Hersier, the raiding commander. You've survived the summer raids in England. You're now a Hersier. You have silver in your pouch and a reputation for being a beast in the shield wall. Suddenly, the local families are looking at you differently. The trophy? You don't just want a wife, you want an alliance. You marry into a family with more land. Your wedding isn't a quiet affair. It's a 3-day feast where everyone gets drunk on mead and watches you show off your looted jewelry. The conflict? But there's a catch. You're gone 6 months of the year. While you're across the sea, your wife is the one holding the keys to the estate. She's the one fighting off wolves and rival neighbors. When you come home, you're not the boss, she is. You realize at this rank, your dating life is a partnership of survival. If you don't respect her, you might find a dagger in your ribs before the next spring. Level 5. The Jarl, the noble. You are a Jarl. You rule the fjord. You have reached the elite. But at this level, love is replaced by lineage. The political chess? You don't marry for beauty, you marry to stop a war. You're forced to wed the daughter of a rival Jarl to ensure he doesn't burn your ships while you sleep. Your wedding night is a cold affair, 2 strangers staring at each other, knowing their marriage is the only thing keeping their people from killing one another. The mistress? Since your marriage is a cold contract, you keep Frilla, unofficial wives or concubines. This creates a household of jealousy, where your legitimate children and your unofficial children are constantly competing. Your dating life is now a minefield of backstabbing and inheritance disputes. Level 6. The Conungur, the King. You are at the top. You are the king. You have the power of life and death over every person in Midgard. But as you stand on the deck of your flagship, you realize you are the loneliest man in Midgard. The ultimate sacrifice? You have 5 wives across different lands to secure your borders. You don't know your children's names. Every person who tells you they love you is likely looking at your crown, wondering how long your heart will keep beating. You eat your meat only after a taster has tried it. You sleep with a sword in your hand. The conclusion? You look back at your life. You remember when you were a Carl, sitting in a smoky hut, laughing with a woman who loved you for your jokes, not your silver. Now you have the silver, the gold, and the songs of the skalds, but you'd trade it all for one night where you didn't have to wonder if the person next to you was holding a wedding ring or a poison cup. In the Viking Age, the higher the rank, the colder the heart. Which level would you choose? Let us know in the comments.